Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jadisola and I have been living in the UK now for a year and a half, and in today's video I'm going to be sharing a number of things that I actually really like about living here in the UK. So number one is how rent is paid. So we pay rent on a monthly basis here, and where I'm from, which is Nigeria, we actually usually pay rent 1 to 2 years in advance. So you can imagine how you have to come up with maybe at least, for some people up to maybe 50% of their annual salary upfront to be able to pay for their rent. And whereas here, you're paying on a monthly basis, so you can actually really plan properly and even know if your rent is something you can afford, because you're going to be paying it out of your monthly income. But two on my list would be the grocery stores. I like the fact that there are like multiple grocery stores that you can actually shop from. But more especially, I would say, I think I like sort of like the class system even in the grocery store. So you know that if you're trying to save money, you wouldn't be going to places like Waitrose or Sainsbury's or M&S Foods, and you would want to maybe go to stores like Aldi or Lidl. So just having that variety of options, I think, is something that I really like about shopping. Number three on my list, still speaking of shopping, is how easy it is to return things that you have purchased and request for refund. Like, if you understand how, where I'm coming from, it's almost like a rule that there is no return policy, or you can't even ask for refund or even store credit in most businesses. Like, it's almost non-existent. And then here, you can buy things. If you don't like it, you can return it. Some will even give you up to maybe a month or 45 days to return. Some will give you up to 2 weeks, but you have the opportunity to return something and request for your money back if you don't like it. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is the healthcare system. And I know this can be a bit controversial. My experience with the NHS since I've been here, and I think I've only had maybe 2 occasions where I've had to visit the hospital. My experience was actually really good. For some people, especially if you're a permanent resident or if you are a citizen, healthcare is literally free unless you want to go to a private clinic. I paid NHS surcharge of £624 per annum, and this will literally cover almost anything that I want to do. If I have to maybe have emergency surgery, it's covered even in this amount of money that I've paid. So I think that it's one of the good things. There's obviously the other side of, the NHS and some things that people complain about. But today I am talking about the things that I like about the UK. So we're not going to talk about some of the negative things in this video. The next thing on my list has definitely got to be the public transportation system. One of my worries when I was moving to the UK was how I was going to miss my car, because I drove everywhere. I barely walked anywhere, I really depended on my car a lot. And I've been here a year and a half, and trust me, I don't even miss my car. I haven't even gotten a proper driver's license, because I don't even know why I should get it, because I feel like maybe I should only get it when I'm getting a car. Because the public transportation system is just very good. The buses, the tubes, it's so good. And there's no reason why if it's not compulsory, right, you don't have to drive. The transportation system is really good and quite affordable, I must add. Next thing on my list would be option to travel even with my UK visa. So with my BRP, I have access to some countries visa free, or at least I am entitled to getting an e-visa to enter the country for maybe like 3 months, just because I have a biometrics residence permit from the UK. So speaking of even traveling is how close Europe is. And, you know, for people that really like to travel, like it's like really easy for you to, you know, get access to a Schengen visa and then explore as many European countries as you like. So that is actually one of the things that I like a lot about living here. I haven't explored Europe yet, but it's one of the things that I'm going to be doing, hopefully before the end of the year. So I'll be happy to share my experience with you when I eventually do that. The next thing on my list has to be the annual leave. And this is because I know for some countries, you know, they don't have access to annual leave. My own excitement is coming from more like, you know, how quickly you can access your annual leave when you start a job. Like the moment you start a job, you can access your annual leave days. And I know that for some countries or even in some companies, you have to work for some time before you can access your annual leave. And, you know, it's just so good that, you know, if you start a job and you really have to take some time off work, you have access to your 21 or 25 days or 28 days, depending on the level that you've been employed, you know, and you can start to take some of your, you know, leave days as soon as you have been employed by that company, which I think is actually very fantastic. And the next thing on my list is still around the leave, and this is the maternity leave. Do you know that they have up to 1 year's maternity leave here? Paid maternity leave. Like, what? So in Nigeria, where I'm from, I think the statutory requirement is like maybe 3 months maternity leave. If you want to take more, you might have to make some arrangements with your employers. But, you know, imagine having 1 year's maternity leave. Like, that is crazy. And I think a lot of mothers really enjoy this option because they're able to spend more time with their babies and, you know, take their time before they come back to work if they don't want to come back to work, you know, as quickly as possible. Now, the next thing that I really like about here is access to, you know, green area and, you know, countrysides, parks. You know, it's something that I really enjoy, and especially because I like to walk, you know, I enjoy like going to some of these places and just seeing, you know, nature. If you want to clear your head, these are places that you can really go and just, you know, walk around or even just sit around and have like a picnic with your friends and family, which I think is like something that is really good because where I'm coming from, you don't have access to a lot of those things. Where you can just, you know, walk in parks or it's just one of the things that I really, really enjoy. Another thing that I really like is the, you know, the access to a wide variety of food. Now, the UK is very multicultural and, you know, you'll find restaurants and food options from, you know, really different places. So I'm Nigerian and, you know, one of the concerns, you know, sometimes is, oh, can I find my Nigerian food? I can actually find it here. And if I want to have, you know, Indian, Japanese, Chinese, you know, any other kind of food, Jamaican, you know, I can actually find those food options here. If you want to try something new, like those options are there. And if you want to stick to, you know, food from your, you know, ethnic culture, like you can also have access to that. Next thing I like is, I think the seasonal events that they have. Now, I'm not going to lie, I haven't taken opportunity of, you know, some of these seasonal events, but, you know, with every season, it's almost like, you know, you always find different events. Like it's almost like it's concert season right now during the summer, and there are a lot of, you know, concerts going on around. There are a lot of outdoor activities that open just for the summer as well. So for example, like, you know, dining in the sky, some of this like boat picnic rides that, you have access to during the summer. And so I really enjoy the fact that there are a lot of like different experiences that you can have at different times of the year. The next thing on my list has to be digital payment systems. I can't remember the last time I actually held cash for anything. And it's the fact that I can, pay with, my phone, and instead of thinking, oh, I need to have my wallet with me every time I'm going out, do I have my phone with me? Because I can use my phone for contactless payments, and I really enjoy that living here. So I don't have to worry about maybe not having my card with me or not having cash with me, as long as I have my phone, which I think is pretty cool. But the last thing I'm going to be sharing today about one of the things that I like about living here is how lucrative handiwork is. I think I'm more fascinated by this because where I'm from, certain career options are looked down upon, like hairdressing, carpentry, plumbing, mechanic, and here it's like you're gonna pay through your nose to engage the services of any of these people. And I like the dignity in that kind of career, that it's not something that is looked down upon, and at the same time it's also something that pays really well. This is where I'm going to stop about some of the things that I like. I've only been here for a year and a half. As I continue to live here, I'm sure there are like other things that I'm going to start to discover, and I'll be happy to share them with you. If you happen to live in the UK and there are things that you actually enjoy living here, feel free to share in the comment section. And if you've enjoyed this video, like, subscribe and share, and I will see you next time. Bye.